Major depressive disorder, commonly known as MDD or clinical depression, is one of the most widespread and deeply impactful mental health conditions in the world. It affects millions of people across all ages, cultures, and backgrounds. Despite its prevalence, MDD remains misunderstood, often minimized as simple sadness or a temporary emotional phase. But in reality, major depressive disorder is a serious medical illness that affects the way a person feels, thinks, behaves, and functions in daily life. Understanding MDD is crucial, not only for individuals experiencing it, but for families, workplaces, communities, and society as a whole. Major depressive disorder is defined by the presence of a persistent depressed mood or a significant loss of interest in daily activities, lasting for at least 2 weeks. This may sound straightforward, but the emotional reality of MDD is far more complex. Individuals living with this condition often describe it as a suffocating emotional weight, a heaviness that makes everyday life feel overwhelming. Unlike temporary sadness caused by life events, the sadness in MDD is constant, deep, and often without a clear cause. It affects every aspect of a person's emotional and psychological world. One of the hallmark symptoms of MDD is an overwhelming loss of interest or pleasure, known clinically as anhedonia. This goes beyond simply losing motivation. It is a profound emotional numbness that makes once beloved activities feel meaningless. People may stop engaging in hobbies, withdraw from relationships, or feel disconnected from experiences that previously brought joy. This loss of emotional response can be deeply frightening, creating a sense of identity, confusion, and emptiness. Many individuals describe feeling like they are watching life from a distance, unable to engage with the world in a meaningful way. Fatigue is another major symptom. MDD can drain the body of energy, making even simple tasks feel impossible. For many people, getting out of bed in the morning becomes a daily battle. Their bodies feel heavy, their movements slow, and their minds foggy. This is not laziness. It is a physical manifestation of depression's impact on the brain's energy and motivation systems. Fatigue can also make routine responsibilities feel unmanageable, leading to difficulties at work, school, or home. Over time, this can contribute to guilt, shame, or feelings of failure, which worsen the emotional burden. Sleep disturbances are extremely common in major depressive disorder. Some individuals experience insomnia, lying awake at night with racing thoughts, or waking up repeatedly without restful sleep. Others may sleep excessively, using sleep as a form of emotional escape. Both extremes disrupt the brain's natural rhythms, intensifying other symptoms such as irritability, difficulty concentrating, and fatigue. The relationship between sleep and depression is bidirectional. Poor sleep worsens depression, and depression worsens sleep. Appetite and weight changes often accompany MDD as well. Some people lose their appetite and experience rapid weight loss, while others crave food, especially carbohydrates, as a way to cope with emotional distress. These physical changes can contribute to further emotional difficulties, affecting self-esteem and body image. They serve as important indicators that depression is affecting not just the mind, but the body as well. Another major symptom involves cognitive functions. Many individuals with MDD struggle with concentration, decision-making, and memory. They may describe feeling mentally slow or disconnected, often referred to as brain fog. Tasks that once felt simple, like reading an article, having a conversation, or planning their schedule, become difficult to navigate. These cognitive symptoms can significantly impair job performance or academic achievement and may be misunderstood by others as carelessness or lack of effort. In reality, they are neurological consequences of depression affecting the brain's thinking and processing systems. Emotional symptoms such as guilt, worthlessness, and hopelessness are also central to major depressive disorder. These feelings are not the result of personal failings, but are symptoms of the illness itself. People with MDD may dwell on mistakes from the past, blame themselves excessively for events beyond their control, or convince themselves that they are burdens to those around them. These negative thoughts become automatic, repeating themselves in the mind throughout the day, shaping a worldview that feels dark and inescapable. Hopelessness, in particular, is a dangerous symptom, as it can lead individuals to believe that their situation will never improve. Irritability and anger are symptoms that are often overlooked, especially in men. Depression does not always appear as sadness. Sometimes it presents as frustration, impatience, or emotional volatility. Small issues may trigger intense emotional reactions that seem disproportionate. This irritability is often a reflection of deeper emotional exhaustion and inner turmoil. For many individuals, especially teenagers and men, this may be one of the primary outward signs of MDD. Physical symptoms are also common in major depressive disorder. These can include headaches, stomach pain, back pain, muscle tension, and unexplained aches throughout the body. These symptoms often lead individuals to seek medical testing, unaware that depression may be the underlying cause. Because the mind and body are interconnected, emotional stress directly impacts physical well-being. Untreated depression can weaken the immune system, increase inflammation, and disrupt bodily functions. Social withdrawal is another powerful symptom. People with MDD often isolate themselves, not because they don't care about others, but because interacting requires emotional energy they no longer have. They may stop answering messages, decline invitations, or avoid social gatherings. Over time, this isolation deepens their depression, creating a painful cycle where loneliness intensifies emotional suffering. The person wants connection but feels too overwhelmed to reach for it. In some cases, major depressive disorder may lead to thoughts of self-harm or suicide. These thoughts do not necessarily mean the person wants to die. They often reflect a desire to escape unbearable emotional pain. It is critical to take these thoughts seriously and seek immediate professional help. Support, understanding, and intervention can save lives. It's important to recognize that major depressive disorder does not look the same in everyone. Some individuals appear visibly odd or withdrawn, while others may seem cheerful, sociable, and high-functioning on the surface. High-functioning depression is especially dangerous because the symptoms are hidden behind a smile or a mask of productivity. These individuals may continue working, caring for their families, or maintaining social appearances while silently suffering. Understanding major depressive disorder helps us approach it with compassion rather than judgment. MDD is not the result of weakness, poor character, or lack of effort. It is a legitimate medical condition influenced by biological factors, psychological patterns, and life experiences. Effective treatments exist, including therapy, medication, lifestyle changes, and support networks. With the right help, individuals with MDD can heal, regain stability, and rebuild meaningful lives. If you or someone you know is experiencing symptoms of major depressive disorder, remember you are not alone. Hope and healing are always possible. Reaching out for support is not a sign of weakness. It is a courageous step toward recovery and a brighter future.